Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube and StreamYard.com. It is Gordon Lameth, Michael Fletcher, alongside Anthony Florio. We are awaiting the arrival of Michael Bullock. If he joins us, then great. If he doesn't, then we'll see him possibly tomorrow night for the recap of Bash at Berlin and to preview NXT No Mercy. So, with that said, guys, let's dive right on in. Uh, Smackdown Live from the Uber Arena in Berlin, Germany. This is the spot that they'll be doing Bash at Berlin tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, live from that very same arena. And here we go. This was taped earlier in the day, but we started off with the United States Heavyweight Champion LA Knight. He issued an open challenge. Open challenge answered by Ludwig Kaiser of Imperium. When it was all said and done, winner of the bout in 12 minutes even was LA Knight. He successfully defends the United States Heavyweight Championship. And I got to admit, very good opening. Very good match, about a 3-star bout. And if you watch this live, now I don't know if they probably manipulated it for us here in the US, but if you were watching this live as it was happening, and I know a couple of my buddies were feeding me information, Ludwig Kaiser got a hero's welcome. LA Knight got booed in this arena. He was not the hometown guy. This was reverse. Ludwig Kaiser was wrestling as the babyface, where LA Knight was basically the heel. So roles were reversed on this one, which understandable. I get it. Ludwig Kaiser and Gunther are going to get top billing here tonight on this weekend, where LA Knight definitely was going to probably be the heel because of the fact that he was establishing the United States Championship. Not everybody in the world loves the United States. Let's be realistic here. Let's call a spade a spade. We get it. So for us, for me, this is a little bit of a bizarro twist, but I get it. I understand it. LA Knight winning, no big surprise. I wasn't thinking that Kaiser was going to win this match. I felt like LA Knight was going to win this all along. The fans booing LA Knight at the end for successfully defending the title, I get it. I understand it. And I know fans, and I know the Germans wanted to see Kaiser win the title. They wanted to see history being made. But this was the right decision overall. This was a fine match. Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
Well, I'll tell you, MF, this was a solid competitive match, but it was also somewhat paint by numbers. Nobody expected the title to change hands, but the crowd was long for the ride. It was reacting loudly to everything Kaiser did. Knight won with a BFT and celebrated. The crowd was still pro Knight, but Ludwig Kaiser was definitely the fan favorite in this one. The entranceway was unique due to the way the arena was set up. It was smaller than usual, but still looked good. Ludwig Kaiser teasing about bringing back the European Championship is going to have people asking for it on social media. And hearing Michael Cole talk about Ludwig Kaiser's indie career was great. And allowing announcers to do that helps deepen a character. So, 3 1/4, teetering on 3.5 stars. Outcome never in doubt. We all knew LA Knight was going to win. So not much more to say here. So, Phenom, Michael Bullock, come on in. Let's get your thoughts as LA Knight successfully defends the United States Heavyweight Championship over a game Ludwig Kaiser in an even 12 minutes.
Yeah. The outcome was never in doubt. I mean, I know people in Germany wanted to see their hometown hero, one of their hometown heroes, to win this match and to have a new United States champion. But look, any other time, I would have said yes. That would have been the right call. But LA Knight just won the title at SummerSlam. I mean, there's no way they were going to have him lose it this soon. No way. So, I agree. 3 1/4, 3 1/2, a great way to jump off this edition of SmackDown. So, let's move on, Fletch.
All right, next up that we did have here on the show was Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. They went up against Angel and Berto representing Legado de Fantasma. And it was Legado winning the match in 9 minutes and 10 seconds. Anthony Florio, it is yours.
This was an enjoyable match that allowed all 4 guys to show off their athleticism. Los Garza scored a much-needed win that will likely lead to a rematch at some point. Baron Corbin has adjusted well to being a babyface and is incorporating new things into his moveset to show off his power. If he keeps it up, he could become a popular star in no time. And Angel and Berto's finisher looked good, but will likely look better against some lighter opponents. And the way Corbin hip-tossed Apollo Crews over the top rope onto Los Garza looked great. So that's all I can say on that. So this was a solid 3-star match. So not much more to say. Michael Bullock, Los Garza, as they're being known as now. Los Garza, Angel and Berto, a much-needed win.
Yeah, it was definitely a much-needed win for Angel and Berto. I mean, to really get it going for Legado. So, yeah, I'll agree with the 3-star rating as well. So, it's yours, Fletch.
Solid 3 stars. Yeah, I thought they did a really good job with it. Solid matchup to say the very least. And then the next thing that we did have on the show was a promo segment. This had to do with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. Basically, the final build-up towards their WWE Championship match that's going down tomorrow. We'll get into the preview later on tonight on that. But Michael Bullock, hey, this has been a good setup. This has been pretty good build. What did you think about what we had here tonight between the champion and challenger before their WWE Championship fight tomorrow?
I think it's a good, solid final build towards their championship match tomorrow afternoon in Berlin. I mean, what you saw. I mean, Kevin Owens claiming that Cody has been wrestling with a legitimate knee injury, and Cody's like, no, that's not true. And I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm going to put my money on it. I think we're going to see the heel turn at Bash in Berlin. I mean, they've been teasing it for so long. And after what I saw here tonight, I'm guaranteeing it right now. We're getting that heel turn tomorrow. It's just a matter of, will it be during the match or after the match? We'll have to wait and see. So, it's yours, Fletch.
Solid promo by both men. I think this was nice build. Not great build, but nice build. I think the whole thing's been pretty good. I'm not going to say it's been the greatest thing ever because it hasn't. But I would say that for what it's worth and everything that's led up, yes, I do believe that a heel turn is very possible tomorrow. We'll see if they finally pull the trigger and do it. But I'll say one thing for sure. We could get one of those where this might not get resolved at Bash of Berlin, that they might have to go one more bout. And we'll see if they decide to go another route, go another match. Yes, I know there's the possibility of Solo getting another shot at the title. Maybe we could see finally the rivalry between Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. We've been hearing that for a little bit, even though we know Orton's going after Gunther tomorrow for the World Heavyweight title. But I think they've done a pretty good job all the way around. Nothing more to say. Anthony Floyo, it's yours.
Oh, absolutely. Solid promo indeed. We finally got some tension here. I mean, that's what this has been needing. It's been needing that tension. And And I'm glad they finally, started pulling the trigger on this here tonight. And I 100% agree with Bullock's sentiment. KO is turning heel tomorrow. And I'll take it one step further. I think it's going to happen after the match. That's just how I feel about it. KO is going to be so frustrated about losing. He's going to take out that aggression on Cody Rhodes and cement this heel turn. SmackDown right now is in need of top heels right now. And I think Kevin Owens would make a great top heel on SmackDown. I really do. So yeah, very good segment here, say the very least. And it definitely added to my excitement level for this match. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. So there isn't much more to say here. So with that being said, MF, let's move on to our next match.
The next match is the continuation of one of the, I guess you could say, one of the better rivalries on SmackDown Live right now. And it is Andrade El Idolo going one-on-one with Carmelo Hayes. As you know, it's 2-1 for Andrade. It's now 2-2. Carmelo Hayes have won the last 2 battles. He wins it here tonight. 13 minutes, 50 seconds. I mean, wow. Is it me or does these two guys get better and better every time out? I mean, this was a great match. Another 3.5-star bout. And the thing is, they elevate their game so much more. And this time with the crowd in Berlin, this made this even better than the last few times out that they've been battling. I don't know what it is. Ever since these two guys had that little tit for tat at the Money in the Bank, and we were clamoring. We're like, oh man, what is this going to be like? What is it going to be like? I think this is going to go like a 7-game series because this is match 4. We're tied 2-2. I don't know, guys. I'm smelling a 7-fight series here. And if they do this, please and thank you, SmackDown Live, because every time you're doing it, it's getting better and better and better and better. Every match up to this point has been, and I hate to use the cliche that Sheamus does, but this has to be talked about. Banger after banger after banger, and tonight another banger with these two men. These two guys can't go wrong. I don't know what it is. The chemistry is there. The story is there. The bad blood, the wrestling, the attitude is great. They are absolutely tearing the house down. And for me, as a SmackDown guy, I could watch this all day, every day. If you give me this, this is one of the better rivalries, one of the better mid-card rivalries on SmackDown Live, and I love it. I love it. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
I 100% agree with you. 3.5 to 3 3/4 of a star. Andrade and Carmelo Hayes met for a 4th match tonight, and it got off to an aggressive start. Both men were looking to make an example out of the other, so the intensity was high. Every match these two have had is entertaining, and this was no exception. WWE has found 2 men who bring out the best in each other every single time, and it was wise to keep putting them in the ring. They fought through 2 commercial breaks and had lots of time to put on a 4th classic in their ongoing feud. This will rival anything we see at the pay-per-view for pure excitement. Carmelo Hayes tied up the series at 2-2 with a clean pin following a flying leg drop that caught Andrade in the face. And let me tell you something. Andrade's double stomp on the apron was brutal, and Melo's super kick looked nasty. So, best of 7, yes, please. I'm all for that as well. So we're all here for it. So, in years past, we would always talk about, repetitiveness. Why? But this is the good kind of repetitiveness. This is the only repetitiveness we'll take. So, more of this, please. That's all I'm saying. Do they end it at 5, or is there a chance they go 7? So, we're hoping our selfish wish is that it goes 7, but we'll have to wait and see what Nick Aldis and company decide. So, we know a match 5 is coming. We just don't know when. So, fight of the night for me, 3.5 to 3 3/4 of a star. Excellent match. So, not much more to say. Michael Bullock, best of 7. Yes, please. We'll take it.
Exactly. And like you said, and I've said in the past, Florio, and you, Fletch, this is the kind of repetitiveness that we don't mind. Now, if they were doing bad matches, then that's bad repetitiveness. But this year is way beyond that. This is good repetitiveness because these two give us a banger after banger every single time when they are in the ring. I mean, more of this. Keep this. I mean, hey, as long as they keep putting on these good matches, I'm going to enjoy it every single time. 3.5, 3 3/4, fight of the night, hands down. So nothing more to say. It's your Sledge.
Main event of the show, a street fight for the women's championship. It was Nia Jax versus Michin. Nia Jax winning the match, successfully defending the title at 10 minutes and 55 seconds. Anthony Florio, I think the one thing that we saw that absolutely was like the oh my God moment of the night was the Annihilator by Nia Jax, crushing Michin that was already in the trash can. And did you see that trash can fold? Oh my God. I mean, what's worse? Who took it worse? Was it Michin tonight or Lau Valkyria at the Queen of the Ring final? And we saw how that ended.
Oh, yes. I honestly don't know. I mean, they were both very devastating.
Oh.
If I'm going to be honest, I have to say what happened to Lyra was slightly worse. I mean,
yeah,
because, you know, it happened so fast and so quick, and it literally crushed her in seconds. Not to say what happened tonight wasn't devastating either. I mean, but yes, we heard it. We heard what you did. We heard what that, oh my God. I remember that. I mean, that's exactly how you did it. And with that little grunt in there, I mean, I love when you do that too. And we both let out the whoa, and then you did the oh my God like that. So, all right. This was a good bit of chaos. It made Mia Yim, Michin look great and gave Nia a strong title defense. And, Tiffany Stratton, she showed up and attacked Michin with the Money in the Bank briefcase. But Nia saw her, caught her red-handed before she could cash in. So Tiffany continued helping her. And then, for the first time since SummerSlam, since losing the title to Nia Jax at SummerSlam, Bayley made her return and drove Tiffy off. And then that was all she wrote after that. It was nice to hear Michin's past as a TNA Knockout champion acknowledged. And the way Nia won was wild. Michin was crushed in that can. She literally was. But man, oh man. Second best fight of the night for me. Mm-hmm. I was going to give it 3.5, but because of the craziness at the end, I'm going to bump it down to 3 1/4, but it was still a very good match. And they made Michin look good, and a very strong title defense for Nia Jax. And so now you would have to imagine at some point Bayley's going to invoke her rematch clause, and we're probably going to get the return match from SummerSlam soon enough. And of course, we got to watch for Tiffy. Of course, it will eventually be Tiffy time. Not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So, 3 1/4 stars for me. Second best fight of the night. So, Michael Bullock, not the outcome we wanted, but it was expected. I mean, they weren't going to have Nia lose the title just like that. So, But at the end of the day, though, Michin looked good, and Tiffy almost cashed in. But the big thing is Bayley, her first appearance since losing to Nia at SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's her first appearance since losing the title at SummerSlam, and she made sure that Tiffany Stratton didn't try any chicanery. But like you said, because of that craziness, look, it's a 3.5-star match, but I'm bumping it down to 3.25 as well because of the craziness. I mean, yeah, when Tiffany was trying to get to Beach and Nia woke up, and that's when she saw with the Money in the Bank, and you saw that look on Nia's face. It's like she's like, "Don't you even dare think about cashing it, because if you do, I'm gonna end your reign as a Tiffy in the Bank just like that, and I'll not only freaking squash you, I'll also squash and destroy your Money in the Bank briefcase. And this time, there ain't gonna be no repairing it." So, yeah. Let that be a lesson to you, Tiffy. And we've seen it so many times. You get on Nia's bad side, bad things tend to happen. So, 3.25 stars. Overall, I think it's overall, or it's your turn, Fletch, and then overall review.
My turn, and then you lead off on overall review. So get ready, Michael Bullock. 3.25, 3.5. I do agree with it. I thought they did a really good job with how to establish, and you saw they definitely brought the hardcore element into this fight tonight, which was really good. I thought they needed it to do that, and I thought they did a fine job giving us what we wanted, at least when it came to that part. Now, I know I get it. At the end of the day, some people are going to be happy with the outcome, some not so much. But I thought they did a fine job handling that situation. I think the biggest takeaway for me is, like you said, I think now that Bayley is back going after the title, this might be the out that Tiffy's looking for. Because now, if you really think about it, if Tiffy decides, hey, I want to go after the title, this is what I could do. Now, if they try to do triple threat, let me pin Bayley, because then at that point, you can say, well, I did get involved, but look, we're still the champions. We still got the belt. I'll just hold on to it now because I'm the champion, and we'll still be fine. The plan is still just we'll share the belt, but now I'll be the champion instead of you, Nia. Let me hold on to it for a little while. Don't worry, it's fine. We'll be on the same page. I don't think Nia will be too coy about that, but as long as it prevents Bayley or somebody else to get the belt, we'll see how this plays out. Because remember, Tiffany has been looking for an opportunity, but every time she tries, Nia reacts. Maybe it has to be somewhere in the grand scheme of things where either Bayley takes the belt outright, or you do it in a triple threat. Make sure that Nia is not there for the outcome where Tiffany can say, I got the belt, don't worry, we're good. So we'll see. Tiffany's going to have to be shrewd about this, but knowing the princess herself, I got a very good feeling how she could play this. So,
but the only problem is, will Nia be accepting of it? Because, like I said, if you get on her bad side like that, It doesn't matter how you take the title from her. The thing is, if you do, watch out.
Yeah, I
time
agree.
may be over before it even gets started.
I agree, and I'm not gonna question it. I would definitely feel like it's very possible, no doubt. We just gotta wait and see how it plays out. That's all I can say. So, It's going to be very interesting. Not bad of a main event, to say the very least. I think they did a pretty good job with it as well. So, all right, nothing more to say, guys. We're going to give you the overall review. Michael Bullock, front and center. Thank you, and give us your thoughts.
Yeah, I thought it was a good final build to tomorrow's Bash in Berlin. I mean, there were some good things here. I mean, there were some things I thought that definitely could have been better, but all in all, not really that much to complain about. I'll give this about maybe 7.5 for this edition of SmackDown. So it's yours, Fletch.
Solid 7.5. Total agreement on that one. I thought they did a really good job of how they were gonna play it, and I think they really did pretty well heading into it too. So yeah, I got nothing bad to say. Anthony, it's yours.
Tonight's SmackDown did a great job being both the go-home show before a pay-per-view and a standalone episode with some of its own highlights. There was not a single weak match on the card. The tag match was a fun little sprint. Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade 4 was their best yet. Ludwig Kaiser got a hero's welcome in Germany. And Michin and Nia Jax used all kinds of weapons to make their encounter entertaining. Bash in Berlin also got a lot of attention with video packages and segments devoted to almost every match on the card. WWE struck a good balance between building the event and making sure SmackDown was still good. Andrade and Carmelo Hayes easily stole the show. They are now tied at 2 wins each, so we will likely have at least one more encounter to enjoy, unless they want to stretch it to 7. I don't know, but we'll see. 7.5, teetering on 8 out of 10. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, good old MF Michael Fletcher, WWE Bash in Berlin, first major event in the country of Germany for WWE since March of 1997 at Monday Night Raw when the British Bulldog won the inaugural European Championship.
Yes, he did, and we do indeed jump it off, and this is gonna be a good one, boys. So we started it off, and according to this is from Wikipedia. They start out with the WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. I think this is going to be Cody Rhodes. I think Cody's going to keep the title. I think he's going to successfully defend it. I think it's going to be a good matchup, but I do believe that once this is all said and done, Cody's going to win. Owens will turn. Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
WWE won't take the title off Cody Rhodes in a quick feud after spending 2 years preparing him to be the company's top star. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens should be a great match that reminds people how good Kevin Owens is. It will also add another strong title defense to Cody's reign. There is little doubt that Cody Rhodes retains the title. The more interesting question is how well the superstar's friendship endures by night's end. Winner and still the undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Michael Bullock, I know we're going to make you unanimous, but let's get your thoughts anyway.
Yeah, like you said, I think this should be a good match, and yeah, I do expect Cody Rhodes to retain the title, and then I think after the match, I think this is where we're going to get the heel turn here for Kevin Owens. So, I mean, basically out of frustration. So, Cody retains. Let's move on to the next match.
Next matchup for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, the Unholy Union, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn puts the titles on the line against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Anthony, it's yours.
Candidly, I have no idea how this match plays out. Not because the WWE has crafted a complex storyline or presented the teams as competitively even, but because it seems like creative barely cares. The Unholy Union's title win at Clash at the Castle felt like an opportunity to reward the Scottish crowd. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are far bigger draws, but feel invisible without the titles. The safe and logical choice would be to go with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill to regain the Women's Tag Team Championships. I don't like safe in this instance. I'm going to throw a curveball here. I'm calling for the Unholy Union to retain the title, and I think we're going to start to get the tension because there's been a lot of rumors going around about a Bianca and Jade feud down the road. I think they start planting the seeds right here. I'm making a bold prediction. I mean, would I be surprised if they won the titles? No, absolutely not. I would not. But I'm going to be the man who tells it like it is, and I love throwing curveballs. Winners and still the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, Belair and Cargill. This is where we're going to start to see some chinks and cracks in that armor. So, not much more to say. Michael Bullock, what says you?
Boy, that's some kind of a curveball there, Florio. So, I mean, I could see it happening, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it's one thing to say that they could probably do it. Will they follow up on it? That's another thing. So, but either way, the Unholy Union is going to retain the title. So, nothing more to say. It's yours, Fletch.
Unholy Union wins it not because of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, but you also got Blair Davenport. And I think Blair's going to create the mistake. And I do believe there will be a miscalculation. I believe Jade is going to hit Bianca by mistake, not deliberate, but unintentional, because I think Blair's going to stick her nose where it doesn't belong. That's going to open the door for Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to win. And yes, Anthony, I do see the chinks in the armor the cracks will start to show in my eyes as well. So you actually are right. I think I know where it's going to go, but I think it's going to be Jade that's going to make the first mistake by accidentally hitting Bianca. That's going to cost them the fight. Because I think my girl is gonna show up and basically create the distraction that's gonna lead to that mistake. So just to add on to what you were saying, that's my theory. So nothing more to say. Let's move on. All right, this one's gonna get interesting. The Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, going up against Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. Mixed tag team bout. Michael Bullock, you lead off.
Like you said, this is going to be interesting. I mean, the thing is, Liv Morgan and Liv Morgan got one up on Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. And then, of course, Damian lost his title thanks to Finn Balor. So, I'm going to be careful here. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm going to say it. I think the Terror Twins get their payback here. I think they get their payback and win this match. But don't be surprised if we get some Judgment Day shenanigans in the process. But I think despite all that, I think the Terror Twins win it and get a little payback from everything that occurred at SummerSlam. It's yours, Fletch.
No, there's nothing to worry about here. Yeah, Terror Twins win. They gotta build up that rivalry, and especially for Rhea, if she wants to make an argument to get another shot at the title, she needs to pin Liv Morgan here. Because if you do that, that automatically gives you a championship committee moment. That opens the door for the rematch. That would set us Liv versus Rhea one more time. Right now, Damian Priest is out of the picture. He has no pathway to the WWE World Heavyweight title. He doesn't. He's got to deal with Dominic Mysterio. He's got to deal with Finn Balor. So he's got enough on his plate that he needs to worry about before he can even consider going back to try to become El Campeón again. As it pertains to Rhea needs to win this match, because if she loses this, it basically denies her any chance at getting after the women's world title again. It would essentially eliminate her out of the opportunity, because why would you consider her a top contender? Why would you consider her even a threat at the Women's World Championship if you lose to Liv Morgan twice? It would make no sense. So Liv needs to lose to Rhea, and she will tomorrow. I think that the Terror Twins will win it, but more importantly, Liv will lose to Rhea. That'll open the door for a championship committee moment and for Rhea to say, I deserve another shot, and I do believe she'll get that other shot down the line. So, Anthony Florio, it's yours.
If there's one match that's hardest to predict on the card, it's this one. The heels winning makes sense if you want to continue to build up Priest and Ripley's frustration, and the rest of Judgment Day interfering provides plenty of easy paths to get there. Still, it feels like Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley benefit from a win here, and it pushes Rhea Ripley closer to getting her hands on Liv Morgan in another Women's World Title match. If that is the end goal, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley should get the win. On the other hand, Ripley and Priest are the competitive favorites. They are a far more imposing duo than Weasley, Lovebirds, Liv Morgan, and Dominic Mysterio. I suspect the Judgment Day's Combine will get involved. Might be a little too much for the heroes to overcome. It's the most straightforward way to continue the feud. If WWE opts to give the German crowd an easy pop, we have a wild card in this, guys. What about what we saw on Monday Night in Providence, the LWO? We didn't expect to see them.
Yeah,
but
true.
Yet they got involved in this. They might even the numbers by aiding Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley to victories. So this literally can go either way. I mean, would I be surprised if Dom and Liv win this match? I wouldn't. I absolutely wouldn't. But Rhea and Damian need this way more, and I do believe they'll get the payback here. And you know what? I threw one curveball at you. I'm going to throw another one at you. Damian Priest, no. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. If the end game is for them to have a rematch, how about a second Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood?
That's, I think, where I know there was a rumor about that was possibly the end game where that was leading to. So, would I be shocked? No. And I think that would be perfect, because then at that point, if you're Liv Morgan, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Mm-hmm. You gotta face mommy, and the thing is, remember,
and no Judgment Day to help her.
Yeah, there is no Judgment Day, because you know that structure will keep guys in. They'll keep the competitors in. They'll keep everybody out. However, there is a way to get in. If you find the right way to get in, there is a way to get into that cell.
The roof.
Not just the roof. Can you break through the chain link door if you got bolt cutters?
Well, like Gorilla Monsoon said when he was the president at the Royal Rumble Plus in '96, if that's the case, when it comes to a Hell in a Cell match, like any other cage match, no one gets in, no one gets out, and we'll have a winner.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
So we shall see. But I'm going to go with Damian and Rhea, but I would not at all be surprised if Liv and Dom steal it. I wouldn't.
Yeah. All right. That leads us to the second, the co-main event of the evening. CM Punk one-on-one with Drew McIntyre in a strap match. Okay, Drew won the first time because of Seth freaking Rollins. This time around, CM Punk gets a measure of revenge. I got CM Punk winning this match because obviously we know where this is going to end. Hell in a Cell between these two guys. I got CM Punk winning, Anthony. The only way that this leads to a trilogy and the end game, like I believe, Punk has to win this match. He has to win this.
This is a must-win for CM Punk. It absolutely is. Because if he loses it to McIntyre again, then what?
Yeah.
Then what? So
there'll be no point in going in that third fight.
Exactly. All right. I had a train of thought on this, but maybe it'll come to me in a moment. But Anyways, Drew McIntyre got the SummerSlam win, which means Punk has to get the win back and even things up. The focus on CM Punk's friendship bracelet in the SummerSlam match was met with a mixed reaction. A strap match should provide the violence that match was missing. This is not going to end things between Punk and McIntyre, but if we are following standard wrestling logic, CM Punk gets the win to heat up a third meeting between the two. Very most likely, Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell, and then we be done with it after that. Because that I can't think of a better blow off than that. Now I got my train of thought back. This strap match, very simple. To win this match, you have to Punk or McIntyre must touch all four turnbuckles, all four top turnbuckles on each corner in succession. First man to do that wins the match. So I agree with MF. CM Punk wins. I mean, since he's been on TV, he hasn't had a victory in a match. I mean, the only matches he's had were on house shows against Dominic Mysterio, for goodness sakes. He has not had a high-profile victory since he came back. But of course, most of that was because of the triceps injury that he suffered at the hands of Drew McIntyre in January at the Royal Rumble. So he's got to win this. He absolutely has to win it. He's more than due. And you have an out to get to Hell in a Cell next month in, or I should say October 5 at Bad Blood. 27 years to the day of the original Bad Blood and the original Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. So CM Punk wins this match. Michael Bullock, to say this is a must-win for CM Punk is beyond an understatement. And remember, first to touch all four top turnbuckles in succession wins the bout.
Yeah, this is definitely a must-win for CM Punk here because, like you guys said, if Drew McIntyre wins it for a second straight time, then what's next? There's no need for a third fight. There's no need for a Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. But I mean, WWE would be dumb if they put Drew McIntyre over again, because we want that third fight, and for that to happen inside Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. So CM Punk wins. It's yours, Fletch.
Yeah, and it does lead us to the main event of the evening. It will be Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. Michael Bullock, Anthony Foyle, your lead off.
Yes, only fitting because this is the Raw main event and the main event of Bash in Berlin, and rightfully so. Randy Orton is a perfect first challenger for Gunther's title reign. Orton is as much of a made man as there is on the WWE roster, and losing here will do him absolutely no harm. Gunther also builds cred by picking up a second win over Orton, having controversially defeated him at King and Queen of the Ring, when Randy Orton's shoulder was clearly off the mat. There's no real mystery in the result here, especially in Germany, but the journey to get there should be a good one, as Randy Orton has settled into a nice role as the dangerous veteran. Winner and still the World Heavyweight Champion, the Reign General Gunther. Not much more to say on this. Michael Bullock, I don't think of all the matches on this card, there's no doubt this is far and away the easiest one to call here.
Oh yeah, this is definitely the easiest. The winner and still World Heavyweight Champion, the Reign General Gunther. So it's yours, Fletch.
Yeah, agreed. I think it will be Gunther successfully defending the title. I think he's gonna have it's gonna be quite a good matchup. Obviously, if Orton does win the title, there is a chance, and this has been announced, that if Randy Orton does win, Gunther goes to Smackdown, Orton would go to Monday Night Raw. Only way that happens is if we have a new champion in that process. But for what it's worth, I do believe that Randy Orton will come up short, and I do have Gunther also successfully defending the World Heavyweight Championship. So nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, guys, that is it. We are done, and we'll be back tomorrow night, possibly tomorrow night, for the recap of the Bash at Berlin and the preview NXT No Mercy. We'll do that at 10:30 Eastern time. That'll be about rest of the world. You guys know time and place in your area, and it'll be right here on Braves Fan 95. So for Anthony Florio, for Michael Bullock, I am Michael Fletcher, saying so long, everybody, and we'll see you all tomorrow night.